Hey you guys, it's Anne Marie. Happy Sunday. I hope everybody is having a great weekend. I'm still kind of in shock and speechless about my interaction with those bucks and deers. I kind of almost thought they were going to attack me. But anyway, I thought we would pull some cards, and get some messages of clarity for those of you who would like it. What's the earth and bone of this situation? Thank you to my high vibrating ancestor, spirit, guides, divines, and beings, the source of light energy. I'm grateful for another day. Thank you to fire, air, water, earth, spirit. Thank you to the west, the north, the east, the south. Oh, here we go again. Number 18, which would be 9, the sorcerer. Ambition, willpower, creation. And then we have flow, 21, which is 3, recovery, moving on, finding peace. How are you in your life allowing things to flow so that you can find peace? Spirit is saying that it's time for you to tap into your inner bear, your inner bison, your inner lizard, because the lizard, the tail can get cut off and regenerate the tail. How are you able to find peace and moving on? Spirit is saying that now is the time for you to have a new creation in your life. It's time to reset or refine tune some goals for your path. Not for work, but for you. And there's a piece, something from your past that you haven't made peace with, that Spirit doesn't want you to look at, address, and move on from. There's a piece here about being in recovery from something that has occurred within the last 15, 16 months. Maybe 9 months, from 3 to 9 months ago, but I initially heard 15 to 16 months. And maybe it's that you're recovering from something that has happened, and you may be having a challenging time moving on, is what Spirit is saying. And this is how you'll find your peace. As I say in many of my videos, it's not that we don't address and deal with or ignore the things that have happened. We get to a certain time in our life where we have to say, you know what? I have gone over this and over this and over this in my mind. I've relived it. What do I do differently? What could I have done differently? How did this affect me? Like really dissecting it, but yet not moving on from it. It's almost like by replaying certain situations that have happened over and over and over, you're staying, and I've had a reading like this recently, but it's like almost staying stuck in that energy of what's happened. And this may be the reason why you're having a challenging time finding more inner peace. I just seen someone like overthinking something, how things could have went differently, how things should have went differently. Spirit's also saying that you're accepting and taking blame for things that you shouldn't take blame for, that were actually out of your hands, and you're trying to make it yours. And this may be another reason why it's been a challenge for you to move on or find peace from this situation. What do the animal spirits have to tell us? You have been loyal to someone or a situation longer than you should. Maybe it's being loyal to a generational cycle that needs to be broken. Being loyal to staying quiet when you should be speaking up. Being loyal to old memories of tragic things that have happened to you, and not realizing that you have the power and the creation to move on from this. Dragonfly adaptability. The dragonfly is a symbol of light and change. It is reminding you to bring a bit more lightness and joy into your life in order to bring about the changes needed to reach your full potential. Approach things lightly, right? I just heard Spirit say, well, you adapt to everybody else. You got to be kidding me. Didn't I say take the strength of the bear? Bear strength. The bear symbolizes a strong source of support in times of difficulty and adversity. It may be time for you to stand for your beliefs or your truth. With strength and confidence. Oh, sorry, that was a whole sentence. Sorry, It may be time for you to stand for your beliefs or your truth with strength and confidence. You are free to roam at will and follow your path. You have the strength and the adaptability to move on and recover and invoke change in your life. When those intrusive thoughts come, because I just see someone like, how do I get out of this fucking hamster? I can't stop thinking about this situation, or I just can't break this habit. The first thing is that realize that you are the change. You have all the power you need to create something new in your life. So as soon as that thought comes and you start going backwards of the old pattern or the old thought process, or thinking about something that you should have, could have, would have done, it's in that moment that you have to stop yourself. It's almost like you have to pivot. It doesn't, I say this all the time, it doesn't happen overnight. But when those intrusive thoughts come in, what are you going to do different? What are you going to do to empower yourself? It doesn't mean that they stop coming. They eventually do. But you have to stop, is you have to kind of, where are we at? Damn it, why don't we have a stick? It's like you have to cycle. Because all these thoughts, boom. You got to put a stick in the fucking spokes to stop it. You're the stick. You have all the power. You can read all the self-help books you want. You can watch all the videos you want. You can obtain, it's like you're going to obtain all this knowledge, but it's the fact of actually putting those things into action so you're able to move on and truly recover from whatever this situation is, or this mindset, or this whatever it is that you have walked away from. It's still holding you back because it's like this hamster wheel of overthinking about certain situations, how you could have done things differently, and da-da-da. It's like going on and on and on and on. How was that benefiting you from growing and moving on? It's different when you look at the situation and you unpack it like, you know what? I could have done A, B, and C, and D, but I didn't. This is what's happened. How can I move and grow and heal? How can I invoke this creation? You have the willpower to do it. It's just a matter of doing it. I know it's easier said than done. I know. But as I said in a message a couple of days ago, when our brain is wired, when our neurons in our brains are wired to do a certain thing, the same thing with an addict brain. You have to do something, change it, and it takes time to rewire your brain. It takes time. It's not you just do something one time, stop yourself one time, and pivot one time, then all of a sudden the overthinking or the overprocessing ends. That's not how it works. It's a matter of catching yourself and realize you have the power and the strength. What in your life has told you that you don't have the power and the strength to change? It's not your voice. It's the voice of your caregivers or people who shouldn't have protected you, or the people who should have showed you a different way. But because of their own unhealed shit, it didn't happen. But remember, that negative self-talk, the stuff that you're telling yourself why you can't make this change or why things aren't going the way you need to go in your life, are things that have been projected onto you that you can't do it. You're the source where you have all the power and the strength that you need. It's time for you to go with the flow and move on so you can find peace in your life finally. At least for this area. I hope you're healthy and happy and full of joy. I truly do. May you love and be loved. You guys heal. Don't harm. Have an amazing rest of the day.